What's up, guys? This is Johnson. Filming another scouting video today. So I'll give y'all a rundown of what we got. So I got the boat loaded up, got the cooler, got the trolling motor. I'm going to a remote piece of public with some water access. I know there's really big deer in here. Planning on doing a little bit of scouting. Depending on what we find, I may get a camera up. This WMA that I'm going to, it's legal to put cameras out, so maybe get a camera or two up, check a couple areas. I got a camera in there, I think it was like February the 17th, so a week after season, so I should have some good data on it that will show us what bucks made it through season. But gotta check out the rig. We got the 12-foot flat bottom. We got the trolling motor, got a cooler, my backpack's in the truck. I almost forgot the most essential item. Got the waders. In case it gets a little bit sketchy, I may have to get out to walk to where I'm trying to go, but I hope it doesn't. Hopefully we get there with the boat, but just in case, I got them. Well, guys, pulling up to one of the spots I want to look at. We got one side of the road that's in beans here, and then we got another side of the road I'm looking at now, it's in cotton. So cotton isn't ideal, but I know there's big deer here regardless, so we'll see what we can find today. All right, guys, check out the rig. Looking good. We're about to get after it. Well, guys, this is not the most ideal thing ever, but as you can see, it is very, very thick, matted up grass. We're making it, but it's pretty slow. Guys, beaver dam number 1, crossing over, about to cross number 2. Whew, we are tired. Well, I'm trying to get right there. And this is as far as I can get in this boat. So unfortunately, I had to get the waders on. But although this may seem like it is a lot of work, it is definitely worth it for the deer that are in this area. There are very, very nice bucks here. And the last time I came in here, it was not like this. I don't know if the water's down or what, and there is a lot of hydrilla that was very difficult, as y'all saw, to get through. But I'm gonna step out. It's not super deep. Gonna go right up through there and into the woods. I'll take my waders off on land. I'll leave them sitting there. And we will go see what we can find. Okay, made it in here. Waders are off. Now, let's get up here to where I wanna look at. Okay, guys. Got it up. Nice looking little spot here. Well, I've got an obstacle standing between me and the boat, and he is huge. Whew. I'm not sure what to do. Oh my goodness. Hopefully he will ease off and leave me alone. I will let y'all know how this goes. Okay, made it back in the boat. Luckily, he swam back into there. Oh, that was scary. He was giant. He's probably 5 foot long. One of the biggest water moccasins I've ever seen. Ooh, that was spooky, but that was fun. Also, another thing, right before I saw that snake, I was coming off the land, like right up there, and I guess I stepped into a beaver ditch. I didn't realize it, and I sunk all the way to my neck. Not my neck, probably more like armpit level. But I got a little bit wet. That spooked me. And as soon as I stood back up, of course, I saw that gigantic water moccasin. But spot number 1 was successful. Got a camera out, and now I'm about to go to spot 2, which will be harder to get to. Hopefully we can get to it. But y'all stay tuned. All right, I can't even lie to you guys. I have been sitting here. I've got to go from right here in my waders. I got my pistol, but I gotta go from right here up through there into the woods. And after seeing that snake a minute ago, normally I'm not worried about this stuff at all. I've done this stuff a couple times, like this sketchy of something a couple times. But that snake has got me wigged out. But I have to go in there. So I have sat here long enough and I've got the courage to do it. So I'm not as much worried about the snakes, which I think they may be able to strike through my waders. I'm not so worried about that. I'm more worried about a gator. But if I can just make it through here, I should be fine. But I told myself that on the last spot, which I wasn't super worried about it. But I made it through and I was like, oh, there's no snakes in here. Came back out like 30 minutes later, and of course there was a snake standing between me and the boat after I had just fallen in. So we're here. This is the only opportunity for me to get up here and do this. So let's hope it goes well. Whew, I don't want to have to be filming right now, but I am. This is very sketchy. I am on top of this beaver dam, which beaver dams are notorious for having mega snakes on them. But all I gotta do is get right over there. So let me keep going. All right, what's up, guys? I made it in here. Bugs are getting me. Made it in here to spot number 2. It was very sketchy walking in, but it went fine. So I want to show y'all, give y'all a little bit of advice on what I look for when I try to find a spot that I think is gonna have big bugs. First of all, this area I'm in is very, very remote. It's very hard to get to, and it is extremely thick. But one of the things that I look for is something like this. So this is a very big rub. And from what I can tell, I can see there's multiple layers of bark peeled back. As you can see right here, 1 and then 2. So that tells me that this is multiple years that a buck or multiple bucks have hit this rub. And that's a very good sign, because that's going to show you that there's mature deer in the area. Another thing is this rub, I mean, this is my waist. It's hidden all the way up here to my chest. So this for sure is showing that we've got a mature deer. Now, another thing that I want to show y'all, and I noticed this back when I came in here after season, but there were tine marks, and you can't see it now, but there were tine marks hitting this tree. So if you imagine that buck's gonna wrap his brow tines around this tree like this, and that means that his beams were coming all the way out to here hitting. So that's just a tip that I look for. That's just something I look for. Now this does not happen often. You don't find sign like this everywhere, but when you do, it's a good spot. Another one I want to show y'all is a bed. And so let's see if you can see it on the camera. See how those leaves right there are pushed down? I haven't looked at it yet, but as I was looking at that rub, I saw this, and I wanted to show y'all this as well. Now, it is very hard to tell if it is a buck bed or a doe bed. It's actually impossible. But this is a spot that a deer is bedding for sure. And normally, yep, there it is right there. That's what you want to find. So that right there is a deer hair. See if it'll focus. But yeah, that is how you know. That's what a bed looks like. And that is a pretty beat down bed. Now they will bed anywhere, but that for sure is a bed. It's just really hard to tell if it's buck or doe. But I found a lot of piles of droppings in here too. So this is an area that a deer is spending a lot of time in. Made it back to the boat, and we are on our way out. Let's see how long it takes us. Okay guys, we are loaded back up in the truck. Got rained on a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I'm soaking wet, but it was successful. It was definitely more difficult than I anticipated it being, just because of how thick that grass was. It was much harder to keep the trolling motor going. I had to pick the trolling motor up every probably 50 feet and clean off the grass to keep going, but overall it was a success. y'all stay tuned for some more scouting videos. I'll try to put some more tips in there when I find stuff that that I think might be helpful for you guys. But thank y'all for watching, and y'all stay tuned for the next one. See y'all.